Hey friends, welcome. Let's engrave some metal today with our laser cutter. I know, bananas. Thought you could do it, right? I have a hack for you. Okay, so last week I made the cutest bracelet. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it has my husband's name and both my kids' names on there with cute little hearts that I engraved. This is metal, stainless steel, and I engraved it with my laser cutter. So today what we're going to do is we are going to use the spray that I found, a metal dog tag, and then I'm also going to use the trace feature on my Glowforge to do a handwritten message, put it onto the dog tag, and then we'll have a cute little forever necklace. I'm so excited. Last week I did tease about it in one of the posts, and my mom called me and was like, "You made me a necklace." I'm like, "Oh, that one was for my kids." So today we're going to make one especially for my mom. I'm going to write a sweet little message to her and put it on here, and she will be so stinking excited. If you followed me on Instagram and you know that she watches all of my YouTube videos all day long. Like, she's even told me that when she wakes up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, she also watches my videos. So she is going to be so stoked that this video is about her. So let's get started. So to use the trace feature in Glowforge, you can use a recipe, a picture, a hand-drawn picture, anything really. It doesn't matter what it is. But for this particular project, I want to write a note on here in my own handwriting. So I'm going to put, "I love you." Oops, I have really bad handwriting, y'all. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put. It says, "I love you, Mom. You are the best." And then I always sign everything AF for Ashley Falco. I don't know why, that's just who I am. So we have this. While I'm waiting for my Glowforge to finish doing its first cut that I have going right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to take the dog tag. These dog tags that I have right here, they have a really thin piece of plastic on it for shipping purposes so it doesn't get scratched up. Make sure and take that off before you go ahead and now this spray right here is ungodly expensive, but they are now making this small little bottle. It's amazing. I'll link that down in the descriptions for you, and you can find this small baby bottle. So all I'm going to do is just like spray paint, shake this up and lightly mist on here to where it's fully covered, not too thick, not too thin though. So when you spray this, you don't want to touch it because then you're gonna start getting stuff in your hands. It's okay, it'll wash off of your hands. But you can tell how it's still drying in some areas and then dry in some others. You're gonna want to let this dry completely before you put it in the laser engraver. So just stay there. I already did like a small little bracelet. I'm gonna do another one right here. This one right here is dry and it's been about 15 minutes. It doesn't take too long. Again, you want to do it light. I'm pretty sure what happened here is I did too much right here. It won't change it, but if you're using this spray and it's expensive, you want to save it. So just a small little mist. So let that dry and then we'll take this picture over into the Glowforge and I'll show you how to do this. We're at the Glowforge right now. It's already been warmed up. So all I'm going to do is just take my piece of paper that has my writing and I'm going to put it directly underneath this camera. That's right there. I'm going to put it, it doesn't need to be perfect, but you definitely want to put it to where it lines up with the camera and get like a straight angle shot. Then I'm going to shut this and I will walk back over to the computer and start doing a scan of that. You can tell that the Glowforge right here is scanning. You can now see the picture of my wonderful artwork. What you want to do is go up here to the plus side. Oops. Let's flip myself to the top. Okay. Go right here to the plus sign and press this button called trace. Then it's going to take a picture of your recipe or signature or like that. And then you just want to drag a box around. It tells you up at the very top, drag a square around what you want to trace. So I'm going to drag a square around my writing. And if you wanted to make this a cut file, you could go ahead and start like clicking everything that's white. I am not going to do that. So I'm just going to, there we go. And then now I'm just going to come up here to the very right where it says place artwork, and I'm going to just press it. Okay, so now when you move this around, I'm just going to click maple plywood, and then now it sets to engrave. Now, because you didn't select any of the white away in the second step, it won't be a cut file, which is fine because I only want to engrave. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the Glowforge and place the little metal key tag. All I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over because your tag is going to be dark. The machine's going to read it. It's going to be hard for it to read. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my paper. Oops, got some handwriting there. Flip my paper over. You could also just put a random white sheet of paper in here if you didn't have a white sheet. It just helps the camera pick up the tag. These right here are little clamp down butterfly things just so it won't make my paper fly around with the fan. Okay, and I'm just going to put that, again, the same thing what we did with the recipe, put it about right underneath the camera so it's a direct angle straight on. Okay, we're going to place that in there, and then we're going to go back to the computer and finish setting up. Oh, you can tell that it's kind of tilted to the side a little bit. That is fine. Next thing you want to do is come up here to the more dots, and always, I always even set focus for acrylic or anything, any type of material. I always do a set focus. So I'm going to put this little red box above that thing that I am going to engrave. Over at the machine, it's doing some work. While that's working, to engrave metal, the settings that I'm using, I'm not going to change this up here because I just am not going to. But over here in Engrave, go over into the draft photo, and I do speed at 200 with full power. Then over on lines per inch, I bump that up to 340. And then do not hit this back button, just click out of it. Okay, so now this little box is directly over the top of your dog tag. So that means that that's where the camera is focusing on so that you have the best possible engrave. Now you can tell that it's crooked. I mean, it looks crooked to me. So just using this little angle, and I'm going to make it smaller, and I'm going to place it on my dog tag. Make it, just place it. Okay, now all you need to do, once you got it to where you like the alignment, most of this is eyeballing at this point, then just press ready. And it is going to load up your design. It's already did the focusing and everything like that. So all it is now it's going to be 3 minutes and 58 seconds. So let's go back over to the Glowforge. Just press the blinking light. I have an external fan, so I'm going to turn that on. Oops. And then we will press the button and let the machine do its job. Open this up for you. Now it doesn't look like a whole lot, but let's go. I'm going to wash this and then I'll show you what it looks like now. Okay, it's all washed up.